Hello again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Welcome back to the continuation of the pineapple shawl, and we're on row 15. And for those of you that are still with me in the series, thank you for coming back, and let's join right on in and continue on with row 15. And so we're going to start by chaining up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn the work. And hop right into that first chain 4 space with 3 double crochets. Also, I'd like to apologize if there's been any confusion as far as the rows and part 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, 2.2. It's because I had to break up the videos because of the length. I'm sorry about that. So after doing your chain 5 and your 3 double crochets, chain 4, 1, 2, whoop, 3 and 4, 3 more double crochets into that same space, just as we have been doing. All right, so now we need to start another pineapple in this chain 7 space. So moving right along, chain 3, and into that space, double crochet, chain 4, and double crochet. There we go. And you can always scooch your stitches, no problem. All right, so then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And so we have the single crochets and chain spaces. So where we need to start is we need to start in the second single crochet right here, so going into that single crochet with a single crochet, and then single crochet into that next chain space. And now we're going to do our chain 1 single crochet into the chain spaces. So we've got 1 space, single crochet into the next space, and 2, single crochet into the next space, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and then single crocheting into that next space and then into the single crochet because we need symmetry. So you should have 8 chain 1 spaces, and I'm going to count those for you. All right, so we have our, just to recap, we have the single crochet right here. It's in the second single crochet is where we did our first single crochet, then 1 in the space, and we have, like I said, 8 chain 1 spaces. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's a little small, but it is in there, 8. All right, so then from there, moving right along, chain 3, because we have immediately following these, we have another chain 7 space. So chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, then going into the chain 7 space with a double crochet, chain 4, and double crochet into the same space. And yes, you can scooch them together, no problem. Chain 3. And then we need to do the exact same thing with this bunch of single crochets and chain 1 spaces. So going right on in, all right, we have our first single crochet right here, our second single crochet right here, going into that single crochet with a single crochet stitch and into the next chain 1 space with a single crochet. Now we need 8 chain 1 spaces. So we've got 1 single crochet into the next space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Single crochet into the next space and into the next single crochet stitch, leaving 1 at the very end. And we have reached our spinal area right here. So from here, what we need to do is first, because this is a chain 7, we need to make another beginning of a pineapple. So chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, double crochet, chain 4, and then double crochet again into that chain 7 space. So we have the beginnings of yet another pineapple, chain 3, and then because we have reached our spine, 3 double crochets, chain 4, and 3 double crochets. Ta-da! All right. So at the end of this row, well, this side of this row, you should have 1, 2, and 3 beginnings of new pineapples, and the workings of 2 pineapples right here. And then it would be the mirror image going down the opposite side, which I'm going to do for you right now. All right, so working our way down the other side, we just did our spinal clusters here. So chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And for this side, I'm going to go a little bit faster because it's just the same thing as what we had done previously. Into the chain 7 space, double crochet, chain 4, and double crochet. Scooch the space stitches just a little bit closer to each other. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Going into the second single crochet with a single crochet into the next chain 1 space. And so now we need 8 chain spaces. So we've got 1, and then single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Single crochet into the next space and the next single crochet, like so. So we have our 8 spaces, and also we have another single crochet left over at the end, which is what we need. Chain 3, double crochet, after chaining 3, double crochet into the chain 7 space, chain 4 for our new pineapple, double crochet into the same space. So we have the beginnings of a fresh new pineapple, chain 3, skipping the first single crochet, going into the second single crochet with a single crochet. I almost did a double because I'd yarned over. So going into that second single crochet with a single crochet and into the chain space with a single. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, then going to the next, chain 1 space and single crocheting into the next single. And we have 1 left over once again. Perfect. Okay, so then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And we have 1 more chain 7 space left. So double crochet, chain 4, double crochet. So I get my double, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then double crochet into the same space, chain 3. And we have reached our final cluster. So that is, of course, 3 doubles. Oh, come on. I got 1. And and come on. 2 and 3. Got my 3 doubles, chain 4. And 3 more doubles. There you go. And that is the end of row 15. All right, we shall continue right along. All right, row 16. So for row 16, we're going to start just like every other row. I'm going to start by chaining up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn the work. And we're going to hop right in to the chain 4 space with 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3, chain 4, and 3 more doubles. Okay, chain 4. And so now this pineapple down here, well, we gotta flesh it out a little. All right, so to do that, going to go into that chain 4 space with a double crochet, chain 4, double crochet into that same space, chain 4, double crochet into that same space. So we went from 1 to 2 spaces, and we're going to do that with the remaining pineapples on this side. So continuing on to the next group of single crochets and chain spaces, we need to chain 4, and then hopping right in. All right, so we had our 2 single crochets. We're going to go right into that first chain space with a single, chain 1 into the space with a single, 2 into the space, 3 into the space, 4, 5, 6, and 7. single crochet into that next space, and you have 2 single crochets left at the end because we're just going into the spaces. All right, so we have at this point 7 chain 1 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 chain 1 spaces. Now we need to go into the next pineapple. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Into that chain 4 space of the pineapple, double crochet, chain 4, double crochet into that same space, chain 4, and double crochet into the same space once again. So again, we went from 1 to 2 spaces for the pineapple. All right, then we have to go back to the single crochets and chain 1s. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, going into that first chain space. So skipping those first 2 singles, going into the chain space with a single, chain 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. And we've got 2 singles left over. Perfect. Chain 4. Okay, and the last pineapple of this side, right here in this chain 4 space, need to double crochet, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, chain 4, and double crochet into the same space. So again, 1 and then 2 spaces. All right, and we're almost there to the center spine. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then going into the center spine with 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. All right, and that is the end of the first half of the row, and we're going to do the same thing on the way back. Now, for those of you that feel perhaps I'm being redundant, I kind of agree. However, I would much rather be thorough and make sure that you guys understand the pattern and save you some grief in the long run. So, you know, if I'm boring you, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to do a good job for you guys because I really do care and I really want to make sure that you guys understand what it is that I'm doing. So we're going to keep on going with the rest of this row. Alrighty. All right, so moving right along, footloose and fancy free, chain 4, and into the first chain 4 space we got there, going to double crochet, chain 4, and double crochet into the same space, chain 4, and double crochet into the same space, chain 4. Then we have our singles and chain spaces. So going into that first chain space, skipping those first 2 singles, going in with a single, chain 1, going into that next space with a single, and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Now I just need to do a single crochet into the next chain 1 space. And we've got 2 singles left over. Perfect. Chain 4 into the next pineapple right there. Double crochet. Chain 4. Double crochet. Chain 4. And double crochet. Okay, chain 4. And going into the next grouping. So skipping those first 2 single crochets, going into the chain 1 space. We need 7 chain 1 spaces. We've got 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, last chain 1 space with a single, and we've got 2 singles left over. Zippity-doo-dah. Then we chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then going into our last pineapple right here. Double crochet, chain 4, double crochet into the same space, chain 4, and double crochet like so. Then we are at the very end of the row, so chain 4, and into that last chain 4 space, 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles. One, 2, 3, and 4. And then 3 more doubles, and that'll be the end for this row. Ta-da! All right. Awesome sauce. Okay, so now our new pineapples all have a total of 3 spaces, 2 on the top where we're at. Our pre-existing pineapples are getting smaller, just where we want to be. And yeah, we're really getting there. So I'm going to end this video here. Please stay tuned for the conclusion of the full repeat and so forth. I mean, if, by all means, if you can figure out how to keep going with this pattern as it is, by all means, you know, who am I to say nay? I say yay. But I do intend on doing 2 more rows after this video for the fullness of the tutorial. And I really do thank you guys for following along with me. I appreciate your patience. The holidays got a little bit crazy, so I had to postpone the filming of this tutorial. But as always, I thank you so very much for watching. And if you are enjoying this, please give me a little thumbs up button down below. I appreciate your appreciation. And until next time, I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video, and stay tuned for the conclusion of this tutorial. Until then, you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.